Springfield's pure classic rock. 104.7 The Cave.
Hey, what's going on, Mike the Intern? It is Wednesday. Today on the show, we're going to talk about AC/DC, where you can see those guys here in Missouri next year. We're going to talk about Bon Jovi, Rolling Stones Record Store Day release, and Great White is going on the road with Sebastian Bach, and they will be in St. Louis next year. I know Jay Stevens is happy about that. 6:30 and 7:30 morning spin. We're doing the 45th anniversary of Gaucho from Steely Dan. Vote for your favorite song from that record online at 1047thecave.com. I'll play your favorites on Friday. 6:20 and 8:20, Neb Reynolds and myself are talking sports. 7:20, your keys to the kingdom for the Kansas City Chiefs. 7:45, Guitar Hero Worship. 8:25, 3 Degrees of Mike the Intern. Then during the 9 o'clock hour, it is Rip It Apart Wednesday. Today happens to be Neil Young's birthday, so of course, you got to do Neil Young. Got to do Neil Young. Anyway, stream the show online at 1047thecave.com from our 104.7 The Cave app. Got a smart device, ask it to play 104.7 The Cave, it'll do it, or you can always just listen to us on a radio. That works. Happy hump day to you, Robin. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that. Oh, man. I missed the Northern Lights last night. So tired. I was just like, I'm going to bed. And then I woke up and everyone's like, check this out. And I was like, first time I go to bed early, I missed something like that. But supposedly tonight is supposed to be even more badass than last night. So fingers crossed. If it's clear, we get to see that again. And I'm not going to bed early tonight. I promise. I'm not going to miss it. Damn it. Poison on Springfield's pure classic rock, 104.7 The Cave. Nothing but a good time. 6:29. Good morning, Mike the Intern. It is time for a morning spin. This week we're celebrating the 45th anniversary of Gaucho from Steely Dan. So again, I mentioned yesterday that there were a lot of studio musicians on this record. This was really the first time where it was completely a Walter Becker, Donald Fagen creation, even though Becker was out of pocket for 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 7 songs on this record. He did help with writing them and all that stuff, but since he had been injured, he was in rehab, and so they couldn't really do a lot of stuff. And a lot of great musicians were brought in. In fact, Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits plays on this next song. He was hired to play the solo, and just because they loved how he played on Sultans of Swing, so they bring him in. And he described the session as long and grueling, just like every other studio musician who worked for Steely Dan. He is featured on more than half of the final track, but there is like a common myth that you can only hear him for about 15 seconds. But he's there, okay? He's there. Song's called Time Out of Mind on vinyl on 104.7 The Cave. All right, I'm out. Enjoy your day. If you need me, you know where to find me. Right here till 10 o'clock, 104.7 The Cave. See ya.
Springfield's pure classic rock. 104.7 The Cave.